Hello students, very good morning to all of you. You are most welcome here in this video. Today in this video we are going to have a study for democracy. In the last video students we have read what is democracy, why democracy, and now today we have to read the features of democracy. I have explained you that democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. When you discuss about this definition, it raises many questions. The first question raises that who are the rulers? Who are the rulers? The rulers who are elected by the people, or the rulers means dictatorship. The rulers who are related to military dictatorship, like that General Parvez Musharraf, like that the ruler of Poland and Chile. Secondly, what is the election here? Which kind of election happens in democracy? It is the big question here, because in election, if election is considered as a free and fair, it is good, and if it is considered considered based on dirty politics, based on money, based on pressures, it means there is no free and fair election. Now there is the next point: who are the people? This is also the third parts of the features of democracy. The peoples are the citizen of that particular country who are responsible to participate in the voting system, and those citizens have power to vote according to their own choice, and their votes have a great value to elect a suitable government. Now, the last points of the feature of democracy is what kind of government is democracy, what kind of form of government. And government means government is independent, or government is in pressure, or government is collide government, or in a majority government. Everything based on the elections value, elections result. Questions. Now, major decisions by elected leader. Here, when we read the major decisions by elected leader, at that time, the first figure comes before us. The Pakistani military dictator General Parvez Musharraf. He led a military coup in October 1999, and he overthrown the democratic government in Pakistan, and now he became the rulers there. He announced himself the chief executive of the country, and after some time he also changed his designation to president, changed his designation from military dictator to president. And in 2002 देयर वाज अ रेफरेंडम, एक सर्वसम्मति, एक विश्वास मत अपने पक्ष में उसने पारित करा लिया, जिसमें अपने आप को 5 ईयर्स का एक्सटेंशन उसने ग्रांट वहाँ पे करवा लिया. एट दैट टाइम देयर वाज अ ग्रेट न्यूज़, it was a great news everywhere that all the Pakistani media, all the activists, all the democratic activists, everyone said that this referendum based on malpractices and fraud, means पूरी की पूरी जो रेफरेंडम थी वो फ्रॉड सिस्टम पर ही बेस्ड थी. वहाँ किसी भी पीपल्स की वैल्यू को, पीपल्स के इमेज को वहाँ पे ख्याल नहीं किया गया था. पूर्ण रूप से एक तानाशाही रवैया अपना करके उसने उस सत्ता में विश्वास मत हासिल किया था. After that, once again in 2002, he ordered a legal framework, and in this legal framework, he got lot of power, and to use the power, he changed many articles, rules in the constitutions of Pakistan, and the work of the civilian cabinet is supervised by National Security Council, which is dominated by military officers, and there fully the power, the system was dominated by military officer there. And Pakistan has had election. In the election, the elected representative have some power, and all the chief power was in the hand of the military dictator, the military officer, and who was at that time Mr. General Pervez Musharraf. Clearly, student, we can say that at that time Pakistan was under General Pervez Musharraf, and we can't accept that it was a democratic government when he was a ruler of Pakistan, because at that time there was no power, no value in the hand of the representative who were elected by the people. All the power, all the credit in the hand of the Musharraf. All the action he took at that time according to his own nature, his own opinion. So we can say here that all the power was in his hand. Now, uh, hmm, at that time, the role of USSR in the communist Poland and that of US in contemporary Iraq. The real power was with some external powers and not with locally elected representatives. This cannot be called people's. Okay, so this gives us the first feature in a democratic features. Just the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. Now here, a free and fair electoral competition. Free and fair electoral competitions provides power to each party to get chances to get chance in that particular country as a ruling party. And in China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years, and there the parliament is called Quangu Renmin Debut Dahui, and it is also known as National People's Congress. It has 3,000 members, and these 3,000 members has power to 3,000 members are elected from all over the China, and some members are also elected by the Chinese army. And uh, before contesting election, candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. Means Chinese Communist Party is the chief political party of China, and all the participants requires approval from this party when they have to uh, fight election. And uh, party or a Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller party allied to it were allowed to contest election held in 2000-2003. मीन्स चाइनीज़ की जो कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी वहाँ पे छोटी छोटी 8 पार्टियाँ जो अलायंस बना हुआ है, गठबंधन बना हुआ है, वो 2002-3 में कॉन्टेस्ट इलेक्शन में अलाउ की उतरने के लिए। और ये गवर्नमेंट जो है वहाँ पे जो गवर्नमेंट है वो हमेशा कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी की ही बनती है, ठीक है। और सिंस इंडिपेंडेंस इन 1930 मैक्सिको होल्ड्स इलेक्शन आफ्टर एवरी 6 years टू इलेक्ट इट्स प्रेसिडेंट। अब हम चाइनीज़ के बाद मैक्सिको इलेक्शन पे जाते हैं। मैक्सिको के इलेक्शन में भी वहाँ पे मैक्सिको का जो कंट्री है वहाँ पे कभी भी डिक्टेटर का रूल वहाँ पे नहीं रहा, किसी मिलिट्री का रूल वहाँ पे नहीं रहा, जैसे कि चीन में और पाकिस्तान में हुआ है। वहाँ पे 2000 every until 2000 every election was won by a party called PRI. Means PRI, institutional revolutionary party. PRI has a chief power in Mexico, and this is a party its full election campaign is based on dirty politics. This party is known as a very uh, very dirty politics party. It's a total campaign based on dirty tricks to win the election. They at first they make pressurize to all the government employees to support to the party in the election, to have a great campaign. They also took supports from those people in the election campaign, and also they forced to the teacher that they will make pressurize to the students to give vote to the government. So such type of uh, help, such type of dirty tricks is taken by the PRI पार्टी इन मैक्सिको. पैसे का भी वहाँ पे गेम होता है. वहाँ पे सारे गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज़ को वहाँ पे प्रेशराइज करके नौकरी को नाम पर उनको वोटिंग का सिस्टम लिया जाता है कि आप दूसरे से वोट दिलवाइए, घर का वोट दिलवाइए. स्टूडेंट्स टीचर्स स्टूडेंट्स पे प्रेशर बनाकर उनके गार्जियन से वोट लेने की वहाँ पे काम होता है. तो इस तरह की डर्टी ट्रिक्स वहाँ पे मैक्सिको में चलती है और इस तरह से वहाँ पे दूसरी पार्टियों को जल्दी वहाँ पे चांसेस नहीं मिल पाता है चुनाव में रूलिंग पार्टी बनने के लिए. So when we consider the election described in examples, we find that for a particular country, when we want that we have a very fair ruling party, it requires free and fair election, and without free and fair election, it is impossible to get a good government. In the Mexican example, people seem to really have a choice, but in practice they had no choice. मीन्स जो मैक्सिकन का जो एग्जाम्पल है, वहाँ जो लोग हैं वो वास्तव में उनके पास एक चॉइस है, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली जब हम बात करते हैं तो उनके पास कोई चॉइस नहीं है. मीन्स चॉइस तो उन सोचते हैं कि हमको एक चॉइस मिले, दूसरी पार्टी मिले, लेकिन इस तरह से वहाँ पे डर्टी गेम्स हो जाते हैं कि फाइनली उनको कोई वहाँ पे चॉइस नहीं मिल पाता. अब इस तरह से हम पहुंचते हैं कि डेमोक्रेसी मस्ट बी बेस्ड ऑन अ फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शंस वेयर दोज करेंटली इन पावर हैव अ फेयर चांस ऑफ लूजिंग. मीन्स जब फ्री और फेयर इलेक्शन होगा तो जो रूलिंग पार्टी है उस रूलिंग पार्टी ने क्या सही किया गलत किया, तो अगर गलत किया तो उसको लूज होने का, वहाँ से रूलिंग पार्टी बनने का अधिकार ख़त्म होना चाहिए. लेकिन जब डर्टी पॉलिटिक्स अगर होगा तो फिर कैसे पॉसिबल हो सकता है. इसलिए फ्री और फेयर कंपटीशन का, इलेक्शंस का प्रावधान किया गया. अब यहाँ पे एक बात आती है कि इट हैड वेयर इज वन पर्सन वन वोट एंड वन वैल्यू. दिस इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक हियर. वन पर्सन वन वोट वन वैल्यू. You understand here. In the last chapter, we read about how the struggle for democracy was linked to the demand for universal adult franchise. This principle has now come to be accepted almost all over the world. Yet there are many instances of denial of equal right to vote. Means in this world there are many countries who doesn't provide rights to the citizens very easily, rights to vote. Here are some examples of Saudi Arabia, Estonia, Fiji. Their voting systems, to get the right for voting system is very difficult. It is not easy to get voting system there. In Saudi Arabia, women do not have right to vote. मीन्स सऊदी अरबिया में अगर हम बात करेंगे वहाँ पे औरतों को वोट देने का कोई अधिकार ही नहीं प्राप्त है. एस्टोनिया में हम जब बात करेंगे तो वहाँ पे जो सिटीजनशिप रूल में जो लोग हैं और जो रशियन माइनॉरिटी के लोग हैं उनको भी वोट देने के अधिकार से बहुत से लोग वंचित हैं. बहुत ही डिफ़िकल्ट है उनके लिए वोटिंग राइट्स को प्राप्त करना. और जब हम फिजी की बात करेंगे तो फिजी में जो लोग मूल फिजी हैं उन्हीं को वोटिंग राइट्स है. जो लोग बाहर से आकर के फिजी बने हुए हैं उनको जल्दी से, जैसे इंडियन फिजी हुए, इन लोगों को वहाँ पे वोटिंग राइट्स प्राप्त नहीं है. So finally it says that democracy is based on a fundamental principle of political equality. कि जो फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल ऑफ पॉलिटिकल इक्वलिटी, जो पॉलिटिकल इक्वलिटी है, यहाँ पे इक्वलिटी है, इस पे बेस पर डेमोक्रेसी जो है फंडामेंटल इक्वलिटी पर ही, पॉलिटिकल इक्वलिटी पर ही जो है हमारा डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री का सारा प्रिंसिपल है. लेकिन अगर वहाँ पर अनइक्वलिटी आएगी तो डेफिनेटली एक डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री के लिए बहुत बड़ी एक चैलेंज होगा. दैट विल बी नॉट गुड फॉर अ डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री एंड फॉर द राइट्स ऑफ डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज पीपल.